Alright lads, and welcome back to Amateur League Football, and today Daily are away to Petershill Villa in the Scottish Cup. So let's get into the starting 11. So we have Davy in nets, 3 centre backs are Andy, Marchie and Tank, 3 in the midfield are Hendy, Grant and Sandy, Nev on the right wing, Hedgie on the left, and Willie Mick and Muzz up top. The 4 subs today are Sean, me, Rab and Willie Bird, so let's get into the game. So obviously Daily in the purple and blue, and Petershill Villa in black and white. Petershill Villa on the attack as it comes to their man, gives it into number 5 but Hendy fouls him, and then the guy gets up and says he's alright, so that's all good. And then the player has a free kick, it gets blocked, comes back out and Hendy handballs it, and it's another free kick to Petershill Villa in pretty much the exact same position, and then their player skies it from the free kick, so not the best effort there. But Sandy pressuring number, I don't know what number that is, but he backheeled it nicely into number 11, he gives it into number 8, he has a shot and that one goes over the bar, and it's still 0-0. Petershill Villa with the early chances with Hendy on the ball up for Daly. He swings it in the middle and Grant is there, but the defender done enough to put Grant off. Now Muzz on the ball outside the box, tries to curl it in the bottom corner but it's a bit off. As Muzz on the ball, chips it over for Hedgie. Hedgie chests it down, has a shot but it gets blocked by the defender, and then Petershill Villa came away with it. Now for a corner for Petershill, and they swing it into the back post. I think that's Tank that wins the header, comes to Hedgie. Hedgie then goes by number 8 and number 8 absolutely wipes him out. It's such a blatant mistimed challenge, but yeah, I think he got a book for that. But Hendy now on the ball, plays it through to Hedgie. Hedgie fakes a shot on his right, does a wee turn and hits on his left, but his left foot ain't the strongest, and Willie Bird trying to put me off my camera work as it came to Willie Mick in the box, and he put that into the back of the net, so Willie Bird almost made me miss Willie Mick's goal. Willie Mick wouldn't have been happy for that, but that's 1-0 to Daly. And now Muzz on the ball, gives it up to Hedgie. Hedgie gives it in the middle to Muzz. Muzz takes a touch and gives it back to Hedgie. Hedgie then gives it back to Muzz. Muzz hits it into the back of the net, and Muzz Hedgie, Neymar Mbappe, pretty much the same thing. Has Marchie on the ball now, and he gets absolute, that should have been a foul. The ref was going to blow for a foul, and then Marchie got done a 50-50 and the ref never gave a foul, so that was weird. But anyway, that's half time and we go 2-0 up into the break. A good first half for Daly, and Andy now on the ball, gives it to Muzz. Muzz gives it to Andy to Muzz. Muzz back to Andy. Andy takes a touch, has a shot. I was probably going for a throw in, but it got blocked anyway. And now Muzz on the ball, gives it up to Hedgie. Hedgie plays it up the wing for Willie Mick. Willie Mick using his pace goes right by that guy who was calling at the ref like mad that was out. He's never out. Willie goes to the byline, gets a cross in, and Hendy can't quite get on the end of it. It was a wee bit in front of him, but Hendy now on the ball, gives out to Marchie at right back. Marchie then plays it over the top for Muzz to run onto, but the defender headers it. It comes to Willie Bird, who came on for Nev, and Willie Bird absolutely turns his man inside out, and he couldn't quite find a pass in the middle, but it comes to Muzz. He has a shot, toe pokes it, the keeper makes a decent save. Muzz keeps it in, he tries to cut it back to Grant, gets blocked, comes back to Hendy. Hendy does a wee step over and gives it to Sandy. Sandy up to Willie. Willie takes a touch, leaves it back off to Sandy, but then he just passes it back to the keeper. And now, I don't know why he done that, but anyway, Petershill Villa on the ball, plays it up to their striker to run onto. It goes over Tank, and then their man goes up and he tries to chip Davey. I don't know why he tried to chip him, should have just smashed it, but he had a bit of dodgy defending there. As Hendy on the ball now, he lays it off for Sandy. Sandy then gives it out to Willie Mick. Willie Mick hits the first time and the keeper saves it. He probably could have had a touch there, but anyway, Muzz on the shot, the keeper saves it, comes back to Willie Bird, he gives it to Willie Mick. Willie Mick takes a touch and tries to pick out Muzz at the back post. He wins the header, but he can't direct it on target. And now Muzz on the ball, shielding off number 4 in the corner. He gives it back to Andy. Andy swings it in first time. It's a low cross, if he meant it or not. It comes back to Willie Mick. He lays it off to Sandy. Sandy then gives it to Willie Bird. Willie Bird does his magic and puts that into the bottom corner of the 7-a-side net that's sitting next to the 11-a-side net, so wrong net. As now Sandy intercepted or tackled his man, gives it into Grant. Grant lays it off to Andy. It's a short pass, hospital ball, and the guy absolutely wipes out Andy, and that is going to be the end of Andy's match. I mean, he couldn't get back up as their man got booked, and that was for me to go on. As you can see, number 12, I forgot to record the subs, but it's barely recording now as the first touch for me, and yeah, I put it in the wrong net as well. I should have taken a touch there, definitely. But anyway, Hedgie on the ball with a free kick. He has a shot and the wall blocks it, but it comes back to Willie Mick. Willie Mick on the wing, he crosses it in and it goes to Willie Bird, who gets there before the keeper does. It was actually out, but he gives it back to Muzz. Muzz then hits it and the dodgy camera work, but you can see that Muzz hit the bar there. But anyway, Petershill Villa on the attack as lack of communication in midfield, and it gets played over the top for their striker to run onto. He gets there before Davy and puts that into an empty net, and they were kind of cruising. I mean, let's be honest, they were cruising. 2-0 up, and then Petershope Villa have just gotten right back into the game as they have a throw in. They give it away to Tank. The guy actually lost his he didn't lose his shoe, his shoe came off, but anyway, yeah, so he couldn't get on the end of that. As it comes to Wally Bird, gives it out to Murchie on the sideline. Murchie then gives it up to Muzz. Muzz has a man on him and he turns him quite easily. He's got loads of time and he gives it through to Sandy. Sandy takes a touch, has a shot from outside the box and smashes that in and puts Daly 3-1 in front. And you know, the old Sandy, or the current Sandy, he only scores screamers, as he says. So I get the ball, turn my man, and then I've got time. This guy comes towards me, I kind of go by him, give up to Hedgie. Hedgie gives it first time into Muzz. Muzz tries to play it through, but it gets blocked. Comes to me, try to play it through to Wally Bird, but it's a wee bit too powerful, and then that one goes out, and it was unlucky, I suppose. But anyway, from the corner, I think it's Wally Bird to whip it in. He gets whipped in, Murchie's there, but he can't keep the header down. He was quite annoyed with himself there. He was telling me because he thinks he should do better there, and their keeper puts it forward. Number 10 flicks it on, and Murchie, I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, the man just comes in, goes right by Murchie, and yeah, don't know if Murchie was wanting Davy to come out for it, but he gave away a penalty. Number 5 to get Petershope Villa back into the game, and he does, makes it 3-2, and yeah, so we're just right back under pressure now as they have a free kick. I don't know who headed that out, but it comes to me. I play it over to Sandy, and Bailey doesn't keep up with the play as Sandy actually flicks it over his man. He then plays it onto me, but then I leave it for Muzz. Muzz takes it onto his left, goes onto his right, cuts inside, and the keeper saves it. I then get there with the slide tackle. It deflects up to Sandy, sets up perfectly for the volley, and he smashes that one into the back of the net. As you can see, I moved the score line down so you can actually see the goal. But that is full time, and we do go through to the next round in the Scottish Cup as we beat Petershope Villa 4-2. I made my competitive debut, so that's all good. And that's the end of the video. If you like it, please leave a like, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.